I'm Stuart Carden, Artistic Director of Kansas City Repertory Theater.
Yetunde Felix Uku, Artistic Associate.
My name is Nelson Eusebio. I'm the Associate Artistic Director here at Kansas City Repertory Theater.
KCRep for All is a community expansive tour that takes a production that we've invested in and shared in one of our traditional theater spaces and then extends it for a tour in communities that have historically had barriers to accessing live theater. And I was inspired by the incredible gathering of community, the conversations that happened, recognizing that many people that were gathering in this community-centered experience were seeing theater for the very first time. One of the things that excites me the most about the KCRep for All tour are the small moments and conversations that happen after the performance. There was a gentleman just yesterday at the tour that was sitting in the front row, and he said that he felt the vibrations and the energy in his bones as a part of that experience. And that, especially for people that perhaps have never experienced live performing arts before or live theater before, that's what excites me the most about the KCRep for All tour. Providing that first-time opportunity, but also this intimate setting where you can't help but to lean in and be inside of the story.
I think what we get from bringing theater out into the community is that we give ownership of the art over to different people who traditionally have not been represented on our stages.
It's theater the original way that storytelling started, and it's just people gathering around and hearing stories. But more specifically, KCRep for All is Kansas City Repertory's theater. It's our annual outing of taking a play from our stage into the communities in different locations across the city.
KCRep, we looked at that as an asset. We know, again, the rep is an asset because it's storytelling at its best. It's getting people to think. It's getting dialogue to be able to happen. And in some cases, especially after COVID, it's that moment of just being able to relax and engage in the arts.
So it was a tremendous crew. The actors were fantastic. Everyone was just so pleased. Everyone was very thankful on behalf of Don Bosco, those of us.
We're very appreciative.
Yeah.
People who have never been exposed to something like this or do not have the funds and don't believe that they have an opportunity to do something like this is making it possible. And through the agencies that you all went to, I think that was a brilliant idea.
The majority of them stayed for the Q&A at the end. That was kind of important as well. It's like you're really wanting to learn the background of this play, not just watch.
It's important because theater is such a fundamental part of humanity. Our history is passed down through storytelling, our trauma is healed through storytelling, joy is found in storytelling, and it's just something that everybody should have access to in this art form, in this live form. And I think with Kansas City Repertory Theater being the premier institution in Kansas City and honestly in Missouri, that it's our responsibility to do what we're doing, which is taking theater to community that deserves it.
This experience of doing it on tour with the community was just so much more fulfilling for me to see just how they responded to it and how much they were moved by it.
I really liked that we were right there with the actors. I'm sure they get our energy a lot better. They can see what our reactions are. That's what I like.
Without having the set and the glamour and everything else blacked out, instead, it is a room that I am in with them. It makes me more connected to all the action that's happening in the performance because it feels like, oh, I'm in this room too with you. That's brilliant.
And, having grown up in Louisiana during that Jim Crow era, I could relate to so much of the narrative. I liked the way it seemed that the actors would really put in their whole hearts and the emotions that they exhibited. The whole thing was my favorite part.
The doors are open, and you come if you can, and you come as you are. And like one of the actors said, this is for everyone, and I think that message is loud and clear.